Never mind, I was muted. Hi. Now I'm no longer muted. What's up, everybody? We got sun on the West Coast for like another hour. You'll see my room get dark. What do you think about Khan and his play last game? I think we are seeing the wrath of Khan. That's gonna be my new thing as we go. I think it was spectational. I just made up a word. A spectacular performance out of the gate. I mean, we just go back to the box score from the other day, which we can certainly do. Let's do that here for a second while we get ready to go. We got our friend Khan 22 points. He was perfect from the free throw line. I forget the exact. I think I have it in my notes somewhere. I think I have it in my notes somewhere. If I extract my notes here, where was I don't have actually Khan's actual score line from the other night. Anyway, it was quite good. This season we will have a great team. Can you imagine before? Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Orlando, I expect Khan to probably be one of our best point scorers, as Krzyzewski is in the building today, actually, which makes sense. This is going to be the game right before Veterans Day, so happy early Veterans Day to all the folks out there. I have several friends, especially from business school, that I know that have served. Nate they went Army and Air Force, actually. So happy Veterans Day to those folks. We got the gray uniforms, which are always a hit, and you're going to starting five are going to be the same starting five as we had the other day. As we reset the scores here, so we've got Cooper, Malawach, Proctor, I can do this, Caleb Foster, and Khan ready to roll for us here. I firmly expect that Khan will compete throughout the entire season, neck and neck with Cooper Flagg for highest points in the box score. I expect them to do this every single game, as Khan tried to go for two, but the cleanup is going to be to Malawach there. He's got the first two of the game. He listened to the main game on the radio coming back to Morocco. That is extreme dedication. Timothy, welcome in. Good evening to you. Welcome everybody here. Happy Friday as we usher in the weekend. It should have been a Duke steal. Actually, Khan's going to get a hand on it, but it'll stay with Army here. Army coming off a win in its first game against the University of Albany. That was a 67-59 win the other day. We've got 7 seconds on the shot clock to go here as we're underway in Cameron. 9:20 on the clock here. And that's going to be, that is a terrible foul call. As who is that? That's, hold on. Who are the refs tonight? What is that guy's face? Roger Ayers. No wonder. As Roger Ayers decides to call a foul on Khan Knipple for absolutely nothing. One for him. Some things never change, my friends. Death, taxes, and terrible ACC refs. As Josh Scovins goes to the free throw line, he makes the first. We've got Scovin, actually sophomore, led last game for Army with 22 points, returning scorer there for the Black Knights. Yes, Patriot League Rookie of the Year, actually. So, although as they're now showing on the screen there, Army did not have a very good season last season, going 11-22. So not the best. I mean, we fully expect this to be a bit of a blowout here tonight, but it's a bit of a tune-up game, honestly, as we go into into a very tough stretch as Khan Knipple just wrestles the rebound away. We've got Caleb Foster over there in the left-hand corner, and Foster will splash the three on the assist from Tyrese Proctor. Excellent effort, actually, by Knipple to be able to recover the offensive board. As I was saying, we've got a game against the Kentucky Wildcats on Tuesday. Kentucky, is it a top 10 or top 15 team at the moment. Anyway, we have quite the slate coming up between Kentucky, Arizona, Kansas. Kansas will play North Carolina tonight, which will be very nice to watch after this game for folks as Cooper Flagg lays it in with the left hand for 2. So we're going to get our nice win tonight, and then obviously we'll get to watch Carolina lose, which is always a fun thing to do. Cooper Flagg with the deflection, actually. That thought may have gotten off the backboard. Anyway, Proctor's going to drive it down the field. The 3 is no good. Malowich with the rebound, trying to reset the offense here. Flagg is open, but they can't get it to him. And we're just going to reset here with 12 seconds on the shot clock. As Khan looking, screen for Malowich. Flagg's going to take it between 3 people. Proctor's going to square up for 3 from the same spot, and the same result, which is another miss for the Aussie. Cross court wide open. The Duke defense just completely falling apart there for a second, but the defensive board down to Flagg as it was an Army miss. It's Cat fan saying they forgot the game started this early. It is a very early start. It's like kind of a weird 6 p.m. start, which is like 3 p.m. here on the West Coast, which is crazy. The Caleb Foster 3 was a complete brick on the previous possession, as Proctor is on complete lockdown on his man here, number 31, Blake Barker. And the Army swings it out, and that is Scovins. No, that was Rucker, and the rebound down to Duke as Army can't get off 3 points at the moment. Con Knipple in the corner. Hit him, go! No, my goodness, Duke can't hit the ocean at the moment. So we've missed what, the last 4 3-point shots. 1 from Foster, 2 from Proctor, and then 1 for Con. As the 3s are not falling at the moment. Malowich comes off the floor for the time being as Malik Brown, who actually led the team in rebounding last game, which is kind of one of his staples from his time in Syracuse. In addition, he was a pretty good scorer there. As Cooper Flagg is going to get it on the inbounds, and that 3-pointer is no good. So Duke, what do we have now? 5 for its last, so 1 of 6 from 3, as the long-range shots just don't seem to be there for the time being. The defense is pretty good. That was Rucker again, and he swishes that one as Army's got a shot finally to break the scoring drought that both teams have been suffering from here for the last 2 minutes. And it's 7-6. Foster playing point for the time being as Proctor sets up on the right wing. Now back to Foster. Foster driving. Nice off the backboard. Malik Brown tries to get the offensive board, and he'll be fouled, actually. And that is going to be a foul on number 4. Should be Scovins, I believe. And Malik Brown should go to the free throw line here for 2. Good aggressiveness. Good aggression. All right, so I'm taking ideas. Chad, I'm taking ideas for the thumbnail art for Tuesday's game against the Kentucky Wildcats. I feel like we've done a lot of Wildcat or a lot of felines in the past. We've done Arizona, which is like Wildcat. Like the Wolfpack certainly are feline. I guess wolves are wolves canine? Wolves and dogs are closer together, right? As Malik Brown misses both. No, we are not putting a cat in a cage. That is, I am not going to get on a list from PETA about animals in cages. Okay, we were not doing that one. Oh, that's a turnover by Army and a Duke run out here. Should go alley-oop to Con. Oh, sorry, to Flagg. Actually, there we go. We got 2 points to Flagg. Not quite the alley-oop, although it was close. Maybe that'll get Duke going here. 9-6. I think we could do I was kind of thinking like a pacified cat or something. Like a little baby kitten. Duke playing with a little baby kitten, like a Blue Devil and a kitten or something. Wow, Proctor is having an NC State type of game at the moment, and he just cannot hit a single shot from the outside. And that is his 3rd miss in as many attempts. And we got a hot potato here as Cooper Flagg comes out with it. Flagg, is he going to get it up to Sion? No, and he will get fouled, actually, by Isaiah Caldwell, and that'll be the first TV timeout as we're at 15-13. He was out. It did technically, I guess, count as a bit of alley-oop, although it wasn't as emphatic as I would have thought. All right, let's go to the stat sheet. But yeah, if anybody has like something really, really creative for Wildcats or something very Kentucky, then we got Wofford up after that. We go from cats to dogs. In our we go from cats to dogs in the mascots. We are also not going to eat either of them. That would not be good. There is no eating of the cats and dogs here. 3-3-2. All right, and one personal foul to Caldwell, one personal foul to Scovins. All right. I think we're good. Duke has, what, one personal foul? Yeah, and it's on Con, so we're good there. All right, anybody got good weekend plans coming up? The final weekends here before Thanksgiving, or as we go into the holiday season. Mine will be pretty chill. I'm doing a little woodworking project actually that I need to get going after the game today. Trying to make some holiday gifts, and I've got about a week. I got 2 weekends to get it done, so I'm in a bit of a crunch mode actually on my little project. We can see the pup hanging out back there. Yep, there he is. He was not feeling well earlier this week, but he has since recovered, which is quite nice. So we're back to normal with the puppy and just chilling. He'll probably be chilling for most of the game, I suspect, given that we just got back from our nice walk. So he'll be chilling out there. Where did my sheet go? As we get back to, oh, there it is. Okay. Is it Larker? Oh, I see. That was it. Yeah, Rucker, who apparently was injured all of last season, so he's number 1. So he's the one that hit the other 3-pointers. So Scovin's the leading scorer for Army, and Rucker, who was one of their better players, who was injured who was injured for most of last season, both back in play. As Knipple will inbound the ball here. Duke still has it. That was after the team foul on Army. It was assessed to Army. Flag is still there. Sion James, and he can't hit that one. By my count, Duke is 1 of 9 from beyond the 3-point line as Army squares up from 3 and hits, nope, not quite. Sion James collects the rebound as he pushes Malik Brown to the floor. Same team situation there. Flag has to get it outside. Ooh, nice extra pass there. That was going to go to Mason Gillis, but it is deflected off the leg out of bounds, so Duke will reset. We are 1 of 9. I had my count correct. Look at that. That is the mental memory banks in there. Yes. So that is we can really like not be shooting 1 of 9 from 3 when it comes to Tuesday's game against Kentucky. That is going to be a miserable shooting stat line to live through. Sion James hits the backboard and tries to get it as the rebound falls into the lap of Cooper Flag, and now Mason Gillis is going to try for 3 again, and that still won't go down, so make it 1 of 11 from 3. My goodness. I mean, it's not like these shots are even contested. These are like wide open These are wide open layup line pregame warm-up type shots. Like, there's nobody within 5 feet of our guys, and we just can't seem to hit it. I don't know what the deal is. And this is a Duke team that you would think is actually very good at shooting the ball. But for whatever reason, maybe because of the early start tonight, not quite. Army, on the other hand, airballs it. So apparently nobody can hit anything. It's not just a Duke problem, it's also an Army problem. Gillis is out in the left corner, wide open. We've got Knipple for 3. Will he finally break the drought? Yes, he will. 2 of 12 for Duke as Knipple hits his first 3-pointer, 12-8. Gotta give the crowd something to cheer about. I mean, you just can't keep missing shots. Duke doing a really good job here of defending the paint as Army. That is going to be a foul on Gillis. I have no idea why that's a foul, but okay. Duke was doing a very good job of defending the paint, as Army was just basically having to pass it around the perimeter. Kansas versus UNC. Yeah, I agree. That's going to be a really fun one, sort of like opening, like a start of the season kind of thing. Of course you got to go with Kansas. I have nothing against Kansas. I don't know why, like, Duke should not root against Kansas, especially when it comes to Duke, Kansas UNC. Step back jumper for Rucker is short as Flagg brings down the rebound. He was pretty close to a double-double last game, actually bringing down around 7 rebounds. Obviously had the points for it. Mason Gillis for 3, and that finally drops, and now Duke seems to have found the range. A 15-8 here. And the other part that's interesting about that Kansas UNC game, it'll be interesting to watch given that we also play Kansas, not next week, the week after in the, no, that's not right. We don't play, we play Kansas at some point in the season. No, next week is the Champions Classic, but we play Kentucky. Why do we play Kansas in a neutral court? Oh, I think it's in Vegas, actually. It's closer to Thanksgiving. As Sion James for 3, nothing. And Mason Gillis trying to get the rebound there and cannot come up with it. But Duke will actually keep the ball here, so great effort. So I am curious to see how Kansas kind of comes out of the gate. No, it's not this year, right? It's next year that is that NIL tournament. That's like that NIL preseason tournament. Tomorrow at 12, Louisville, Tennessee. Well, that's got to be a football game, though. Well, Duke plays NC State tomorrow, too. Duke football's got to get it back together because, like, we got to, like, our 6 wins and, like, our bowl eligibility, and then we've, like, really sputtered out. It's like, okay, you don't really want to, like, you know, like, okay, so great. You got 6 wins and you got a bowl, but you want, like, a better bowl, you know? So Mason Gillis for 3. That's no good. Malawach actually gets the rebound, but loses it on the way up, and the dunk is no good. So that's not an encouraging sign there, as Duke can't seem to dunk the ball. Almost deflected and stolen by Proctor, as Army is forced to reset their offense here beyond the 3-point line. And Army trying to feed down into the post. This is Scovins. Scovins going to take it with the right hand. That's no good. Flag down with the rebound. Oh, NC. Okay. Tennessee and Louisville. Well, I mean, I would expect Tennessee to win that game. I think Louisville's probably still not so great, as Malawach gets fouled going up for what would have been quite a spectacular dunk. Archangel, welcome in. You made it, just got home. Look, I understand. This is a very early game. This is an early game for me, too. I just took the day off. Because I had saved up a bunch of vacation. It's late in the year. I was like, you know what, why not? I had some stuff to do in the morning anyway. Got my groceries done. Bought some wood for my project. And, yeah, so it's been a fairly casual day, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It's only like 3:20 in the afternoon. The sun will go down in about an hour, and that's going to be the end of that. So Caldwell won. Also, we really need to stop changing the clocks. I am a very big proponent that like this is like the daylight. Like we just need to keep whatever was what we had before we switch them backwards. Okay, so we need to move them forward an hour when like come March, and then we just call it good. All right, that's it. That's all. We're done. We just need to be done with this because it's like very unfair to all the like to have the sunset at like 4:30. It is really quite miserable. And even in those more southern latitudes, like when I go, well, I'll be in Miami starting not next week, but the week after. It'll set it like you get like an extra hour, but like it's still like 5 o'clock, and like it's dark, and you're just like, this doesn't feel right. Archangel's still trying to get used to the new time change. I think it took me till like Wednesday. I was like definitely waking up like a noticeable hour earlier, uh, like through Wednesday. UNC plays at the top of the hour, so they actually like kind of straddle our game. They'll start. They'll basically start when we're at halftime. We can change that game during halftime, and then we'll come back. We can finish our game, and then UNC will have its second half. So I'll probably watch the second half while I'm working on my woodworking project. Just put it on in the background. Yeah. So 15-8 is the score currently. The real surprise here is Duke's terrible shooting. Um, the defense, yeah, I was about to say the real surprise is Duke's terrible shooting. I've been not surprised that Duke's defenses look good so far. Um, that part makes sense. We've played well. I mean, we're more athletic. We're a better team. You would expect that. I mean, Army has made all of 2 field goals. They're 2 of 11, and like Duke is 6 of 21. We've taken 10 more shots than them, but a lot of that is in the rebounding. I mean, we have 8 offensive rebounds. Army has none. We've got 17 rebounds to their 8. So you're like +9 in the rebounding category as Malawach goes to the free throw line here and sinks the first one. So that gives us 16. But yeah, like the atrocious shooting, 6 of 21 for like 28.6%, which is beyond an F. And then 3 of 15 from three-pointer. And that's only because we've hit like the last couple 3-pointers. At one point, we were 1 of 11 or 1 for 12. It was like it got really desperate there for a second as Army still can't hit it, but the offensive rebound goes to them. That's their first one that they've gotten. Good defense here from the Blue Devils as Mason Gillis and Malawach fight for the offensive board. I do like that we have plenty of height to spare we've seen sort of a variety of different lineups, especially down in the paints. You've got Mason Gillis and Malawach there. You've got at times Knipple can also play in the paint defensively. Cooper Flagg can obviously do that, and Gongba is going to be able to do that when he comes back from the foot injury. A lot of options, a lot of depth, a lot of opportunity to not get caught in foul trouble like we have in the past, I would say. Because remember last year when Filipowski got like 2 fouls in the first half? You're like, well, that's the majority of our post play gone for the rest of the game. Army can't hit the 3, and Duke recovers here on offense. 10:20 to go. And Knipple driving in there. That's going to be another foul on AJ Allensbach. And that'll be his second as Knipple will go to the free throw line and Allensbach will go straight to the bench. Chris saying, I feel so much better that we're confident in our height as players. Yeah, we can. There's definitely ever since we lost was Mark Williams, right? From 2 years ago. Boy, he was so good. Man, that was so much fun to watch. Duke, I don't know if Duke needs another scorer, Archangel. We got 4 or 5 scorers on the floor at any given time. We just need to make shots. Foster with the turnaround, very fancy footwork, but can't get it. The tip out back to Knipple. He knew that shot was way off and was basically running after the rebound as soon as he let it go. So something just seems kind of off tonight with, I think, some of the Duke shooters. Well, you have Flagg and Knipple, and then as the three-pointer there. Woo! Ryan Curry drilling it there as Steph would, although I guess no relation, as Flagg completely fearless driving into the lane. He gets fouled. I mean, Malik Brown isn't going to be the one to do it. Mason Gillis is probably good for like 8 to 10. So between like the transfers, right, between Malik Brown, Mason Gillis, and Sion James, you'd expect like one of those is probably going to have to put up 8 to 10 a night. You're like rotating those guys off the bench as Flagg misses his first free throw. Well, I expect a lot coming out of like sophomore Caleb Foster for sure. So if we need a third scorer, or like Tyrese just has to be the third scorer. Like this is third season, this is junior season Tyrese, right? Like Duke guards come back so they can improve their shooting, which is, what Tyrese needed to improve. Certainly didn't come back to learn more defense because he's a terrific defender, especially on-ball defender. As Cooper Flagg missed them both, Duke now 1 of 6, so there is something contagious with the shooting, I guess, from the lines, whether that's the free throw line or the three-point line. As Foster is trying to drive in, and now Flagg will get it, and Flagg has about a 6-inch height advantage on his guy. That was Scovin, but Caleb Foster drives into the lane and puts it up with the right hand off the backboard, and that's 18 to 11 here. So pretty good look there for Caleb Foster, who's got 5 points at the moment, which is the leads all scorers, not just Duke scorers, but all scorers here. And this is going to be a three-pointer. No, it's going to be a two-pointer by Rucker as he takes a step inside the three-point line, and he's got 5. So Army staying within arm's length here is a 5-point game. Malik Brown flashing in the paint there. Oh, it was just a little late as he allowed the defender to recover. The pass from Proctor, and Rucker again for 3-0 as Brown comes down with a rebound. Now Duke trying to push up the floor to Flagg. Is Flagg going to go one-on-one against the 6-inch height advantage? And he's going to be fouled, actually, as he goes to the deck. First foul on Rucker. I mean, there is so much height. There's just so much height advantage. I don't know if I see that. Oh, I see. Okay, they got him for the swipe. Yeah, okay. Brown is capable of scoring 20. I think he actually put up 26 was like the final tally as Flagg goes for 3 from the corner. Flagg has got it. And that's 7 points for Flagg tonight, 21-13. I don't know how consistent that is, to be honest, Archangel. Although, I swear to you, though, when we actually play Syracuse in the one game that we play against them, either he puts up 20 or he puts up 0. It is going to be that sort of a binary game. It'd be hilarious if he put up 20, as we've got Curry that hits the deck and there's bodies flying everywhere. We're going to need to clean up some spillage there. And the Duke managers are on it, as we've hit the under 8 timeout, and 4 of them rush onto the floor with the towels. All right. What have we here? All right, so 21-13, Duke by 8 at the moment here in this first half. The shooting has actually not really improved at all. I mean, it's improved marginally. 8 of 26. Still 4 of 17 from beyond the arc, so Duke just very content to just keep jacking shots. And 1 of 6 from the free throw line, which is certainly not where you want to be. But plus 10 in the rebounding margin, which is great, unless we can take some solace in that. And actually, both teams playing quite clean. I was looking down to see what the turnovers were. It was 2 turnovers for Army, only 1 turnover for Duke. I think you saw maybe signs of the shooting in like the first half of the game against Maine. The second half of the Maine game was like pretty like routine, I would say. I mean, Duke finally sort of got out to the lead, and then it was fairly straightforward, I think. I actually think this has the opportunity to be one of the better Duke shooting teams in a long time. I mean, you've got between Gillis and Knipple and Flag, and then like, I mean, Foster and Proctor are supposed to be able to hit those shots. Like, they're supposed to. So like, I mean, you've got 5 players that should, in theory, reliably be able to hit the 3. You're just kind of having a bad night. Although I rather have a bad night tonight against Army than a bad night against Kentucky. So let's just get it out of our system. Foster has been good from the inside. I mean, he's good when he's sort of cutting and slashing there. So Foster 2 of 5 from the moment, 1 of 2 from 3. The real offender from the 3-point line is Proctor at the moment. He's 0 of 3 from the 3-point line, and all his shots are from 3, so he's just 0 of 3 in general. Hope everybody has had a great week. I know I have. What's a great way to end it is with Duke basketball. Yes, sir. That is absolutely correct. Cat Fan is calling Foster in the top 25. Well, technically, isn't it top 22? That's the lottery. So you kind of want to be a little better than top 25. You want to be like you want to be a lottery pick, right? Oh, seeing Mark Mitchell in a Missouri uniform is very weird. He'll be drafted high. Certainly, if he has a good season, Cat Fan, I could see it. I mean, ideally, right? He gets kind of like Jared McCain level. McCain was just such a good shooter. It's I wish him all the best in the NBA. Obviously, wish he could have been back, but like, he deserves it. He was good. 21-13 here as Malawatch drives in there and gets, should be a block, actually. I thought that was a good block. But we're actually going to get a foul called on 32. Lazowski. Yeah. You've been spoiled by the JJ Redick years. Proctor is certainly inconsistent from 3. I agree. I mean, somehow Proctor has to exercise the demons of the NC State game from last season, which was just a horror show. I mean, it doesn't get really any worse than that. Malawatch gets the first. Oh my God, Timothy. Yeah, it is just Duke here tonight, my friend. It is just Duke here tonight. But I definitely agree. If we can turn Proctor into a consistent shooting threat, but it's just the frustrating part is that it's just so inconsistent. That's the frustrating part, is that it's completely inconsistent. Because when he's on, it's great. He's on. And when it's off, it's just completely misses. Here's Knipple for 3. Yes, actually. He's got that one. 6 points for Khan. 26-13. Duke trying to sort of edge a bit of a lead here. And that's another turnover for Army. Remember, we had just said how clean this game was. Flag over to Sion, and that is 2 for James. Yes, Tim, we do need to remember to be, as we would say, we're all Americans, right? And here we're all Duke fans. Unless there's a Carolina fan, in which case, get out. Bye, Carolina. Your game is at 4 o'clock, or what is it, 7 o'clock, and you're going to lose, okay? So just bye. See you, Carolina. No love for those Carolina folks. No mercy either. No mercy and no forgiveness for Carolina fans. It's a quick timeout for Army here. As Duke has extended to a 15-point lead. The line was 33 for the betting folks out there, if you did take a bet on that one. I am thinking Kansas, obviously. Kansas to beat them down. Beat down Carolina. I got mad randomly at UNC fans last night when UNC beat Duke women's soccer on the first game of the tournament. That's unfortunate. Is the game at a neutral site or is it actually at Carolina? The game is listed as Kansas versus or North Carolina versus. Where is the game? Because that would kind of be wild for one of them to actually make it like a home game, but maybe it is. The three-pointer there for Everson, no good, and flag down with the rebound. Knipple driving. Knipple dumps it off the Flag right next to him, and Flag gets his own rebound and his miss. Boy, he was getting hacked. And the foul. Flag with the finish. Gets denied here, gets his own rebound, goes back at it again. Did they get 2 or 31? Let's say it's on 2 there. Yeah, I agree. It should have been a foul on the first shot. The and one is complete as Cooper Flag has 10 points in the first 14 minutes of action. Is UNC women's soccer really good? I think the Duke men are doing pretty well, right? I saw that they had beat, was it Virginia Tech or somebody the other day? I thought the Duke men were doing pretty good in theirs, in their tournament. 5 seconds on the shot clock here for Curry. He's going to take the step back jump shot. That's just an air ball. It's not even, it didn't even make it to the rim. It is way short. As James drives, and he'll get bumped, and that'll be a foul on Everson, as we are now well over the, well into the bonus here. I think Wednesday will be the big test of that, Archangel, as to who is actually going to come up and score the points. I mean, it's kind of hard when you have these blowout games. Like the other night against Maine, we had 6 Blue Devils with in double figures. So you're going to say, well, somebody needs to step up. Okay, well, like, I guess everybody stepped up. Like, you just kind of have the, which, it's a little misleading in a sense, right? And James gets the first of the 2 free throws, so the front end of the 1-and-1, and that's 32 points for Duke so far, so 3 for him. Wow, their coach that just retired had 20 championships. Duke women's soccer beat UNC twice. Oh, wow. Interesting. So they beat UNC in the regular season, but then lost in the tournament. Yeah, that Duke over UNC win in football was just so funny because it came on the day, like, this is the week after they got blown out by James Madison or something like that, which is funny enough. Like their mascot is the Dukes. So they got beat by Dukes two weeks in a row. Krzyzewski is so funny, man. He's just like emotionless. Like you have no idea if he's like, oh yeah, this team is actually playing really good, or this team is playing like crap. You would I don't know what he's thinking right now. It's like just blank stare. As Army reverses the ball here, and that's going to be a long shot from Curry. Oribald, the last one, hits the back of the rim on this one. And actually, Army retains possession on an offensive rebound. And now a quick three-pointer that hits the back of the rim as Flagg comes down with the rebound. Cooper Flagg is on course of getting a double-double and a half here in a second. Never play poker with Coach K. That's probably the moral of that story. I can agree with that. I mean, Archangel, you kind of got to give this coach some time, right? Like, it's just the Mike Elko situation was like super unfortunate. It's like somebody comes in, gets a job for 2 years, and then like bounces. And like we were trending in the right direction. James gonna go, and oh, that hits the side of the backboard. 450 here to go in the game in the first half. I mean, we need a real quarterback. Like, let's be real. We need like a legit quarterback, like which we kind of had. To be fair, we had Riley, who was like really good, and we let him go, and he transfers to Notre Dame because Elko leaves. Not that I blame him, but like that, like how unfortunate is that, right? Like. Proctor down with the rebound. Actually, he gives it up as he hits the deck, and Army recovers. Duke has to get back on defense, and they give it right back, actually. Mason Gillis intercepts the pass. And Gillis brings it up the floor. I think this is Isaiah Evans. Yep. A three-pointer, no good there. As he's now in off the bench. Flagg, decent defense there. Duke cuts off the baseline, and the three-pointer for Army, no good, as Brown comes down with the rebound there. Yeah, Proctor just kind of fell, like slipped, or he fell backwards. Flagg just in motion. Yes. Sorry, not in motion. In rhythm is what I meant to say. Proctor hits Flagg in rhythm. And the three-pointer drops. We got a hand check here from Proctor. Yeah, 18-point run. 18-0 run here for Duke as we've opened a 23-point lead in the first half. I get it. Tim, I get it, Tim. I get it. It is a funny thought. Proctor's got two. Knipple's got two. Sion's got one. Oh yeah, it was not Gillis. It was, there we go. So those are the 5 team fouls for Duke. We've got one for Curry. Scovins has 2. 1, 2, 2. Everson. Zowski. All right, there's the 10 for Army. Yeah, Army is just too small. I mean, like not even at every. It's like at every position, right? There's mismatches everywhere. Even our guards are bigger. Certainly, we match up in the post play, but like Flagg is just like taller than everyone. You and Coach K share the same birthday, born to be a Duke fan. Is Army football still doing well? Are they undefeated or no, right? So is it Army or Navy that got beat by Notre Dame? One of the two of them lost. They were undefeated for a while, but like one of the two of them lost. Malwatch with 4 points at the moment. I think I think it's hardest for big men. Honestly, it's hardest. It's hardest for big men to make the transition. I think to college. Although Malawach was the one playing for the South Sudan team, so he's got some experience there. Okay, it was Navy that lost. Yeah, they were like undefeated. Then they went to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame just slapped them around. I don't know how Tech. I thought Tech the A&M was doing decently well. Yeah, so Flag's got 8 rebounds. That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, I think Flag is on pace for a double-double in like just one half of play, which he is. And oddly enough, Malawach is also, well, he's not on pace for a double-double in one half, but he's on pace for a double-double in the game. He's got 5 points and 8 rebounds. Flag's got 8 rebounds and 13 points. Currently 5 of 8 and 2 of 3 from three-point land. He's actually the one that's done the best shooting from the outside. The 18-0 run in the last 4 minutes, 45 seconds and change. The blunders against SMU. I mean, if they had just hit a field goal kick also, like, they would have been fine. Like, sure, you can do all the blunders, but like, we shouldn't have missed so many kicks. That's just silly. Great block by Malik Brown, and that's actually going to bring a shot clock violation. 36-13 with 3:22 to go. I mean, yeah, because it wasn't the last one that got blocked, right? There were misses, and then there was an actual block. I don't know. That's like just like a really rough kind of like break, honestly. Flag's pass is tipped and then intercepted as we tick under 3 minutes here to go in the first. And Army has been scoreless for the last 6-10. Every time they bring that A up on the graphic for Army, I keep thinking it's like App State for some reason. He's over a minute left inside the 10-yard line and let the clock run out. He had 3 timeouts. Ugh, brutal. I was only listening to it on the radio, so I like couldn't. It's hard for me to like gauge what's actually happening in the game per se. If I'm not like watching it, or like what else could have been like the outcome. Scovins gets the first of the free throws. Don't recall exactly which Duke player the foul was on, as Scovins makes the second. So 2 for 2 at the free throw line to finally break the scoring drought for Army. Duke by 21 as Evans thought about hoisting one from beyond the arc. Flag really trying to get some space. He's calling for the ball, but Foster takes himself with the left. Can't finish. 2:20 here to go in the first. Scovin's working on. Oh my goodness, is that goaltending? Damn. Malawach got up. The vertical. Nothing, unfortunately. Goaltending. I know it was a goal. Yeah. Yes, it was goaltending, but it would have been so much more exciting if it was actually a block. That was like, reminds me of like the Zion Williamson blocks of yesteryear, way back yonder. Also, to your point, we just did not capitalize on points of turnovers. We had 6. Like, I don't understand. How do you lose a game when you've forced 6 turnovers and you just like don't score off of them. Like what? Like no team should ever lose when they have 6 turnovers. It just doesn't make any sense to me. All right. It was a quick timeout for Duke. And we resume play here, taking under 2 minutes with the Blue Devils. That was no good from Evans, but Duke gets the offensive board, and Flagg is going to have to go to the... Flagg actually does go down to the deck to get it. The mad scramble will result in a Cooper Flagg touchdown. I almost said touchdown. We've been talking about football for too long. In a Cooper Flagg turnover. $19-point game here. The new teams in the ACC? Cal, SMU, Stanford. I think I have that right. Cal, SMU, Stanford. One make, one miss for Scovins at the free throw line. He's got 6, and Duke now 36-18. As James tries to drive in there on Rucker. James with the poster! No. Oh my goodness. Alan Spock almost got destroyed. Time to change the name of the ACC. I mean, is Florida State technically on the Atlantic coast? Right? It's in the Gulf. It's on the Gulf Coast part of it's on the Gulf Coast part of Florida. It's on the Panhandle, I guess. It's definitely the Gulf is definitely way quicker to get to than the Atlantic Ocean. All Coasts Conference. That's it. There's your ACC. Yeah, Florida's considered in the South, and yet we have Miami and Florida State. Miami is at least on the Atlantic side of that, so that one does kind of work. Turnaround jump shot by Scovin is good, and he's got 8 so far. I think, unless he's got 9. This is 11. 2. There we go. That's the dunk we like to see. The all-over conference. The all over the freaking place conference. I mean, look, at least with Atlantic Coast Conference, you have some flexibility. But, like, take a name like the Big Ten, and it's like, okay, you have no flexibility. Because as soon as you don't have 10 teams, it's like, what do you call it? What is it? As Sion James goes for 3 and connects on that one. "13 seconds to go. Duke 47, Army 20. And let's see if they try to run their offense. It's almost a turnover as Foster gets the deck. Army does recover. They're going to have to hoist from way beyond the arc. No good as we've hit the halftime locker room. 43-20 in favor of Duke. Cooper Flag with a team leading 13 points and 10 rebounds, which means he has hit the double-double territory at halftime. I shortchanged somebody here on points because Duke should have six, no, 5, 13, 6. Malawach has 7. Oh, I shortchanged 2 people. 7, 9, and 3. Okay. Archangel McCaffrey is supposed to play this weekend. You're a 49ers fan. McCaffrey is playing this weekend, or he should be at least. At least my Isaac Garendo draft wire pick for this week is projected at 0, presumably because McCaffrey is coming back. So, yeah, I had been using Jordan Mason for a while there, and then I finally got fed up with him. Then that final week before the bye, and I was like, I'm just not doing this anymore. And so I picked up Garendo instead. And like, even if Mason, like, I wasn't expecting Mason to come back because he was like re-aggravated that shoulder injury. Yeah. What? VJ Edgecombe dunk? I don't. Let's go back to the dunk here. I want to re-watch this Malawach dunk. Oh, yeah. Nice little spin move. Authoritative, as we'd say. Okay, so it is 43. Yes. 43-20. Somehow I have 21. Why do I have 21? Probably because I can't count. Ah, 10. I gave an extra point here. All right, there it is. Okay, let's take a look at our stats. So, the teams, after a really, really terrible shooting start for Duke, it hasn't really gotten that much better. I mean, it's gotten serviceable, but like, I'm not so sure. 14 for 40. Yeah, you did not misread that. 14 for 40. As Army, however, is only 6 of 8. 6 baskets. Crazy. Duke is just doing it all on shot volume. It's not very efficient. It's certainly not efficient. Shooting 35% on the floor is certainly not efficient. And 7 of 22 from beyond the arc. We cannot have a shooting performance like this against Kentucky on Tuesday night. We will be in a lot of trouble unless our defense really shows up. Timmy, I don't have anything against Patrick Mahomes. It is kind of insane, though. I do think that the refs help them. I don't know if it's intentional, but it does feel like they do get a lot of help. They get some bailouts there, but yeah. They like the Jayhawks. And Archangel doesn't like the Chiefs or Taylor Swift. I will say, though, this week the Chiefs are playing the Broncos. I have the Broncos defense in fantasy. If the game were in Denver, it's not. The game is in Kansas City this weekend. Had the game been in Denver, I would have been very tempted to play the Broncos defense into that. I would have called that one as as a Broncos sneakily taking the win there. But because the game is actually in KC, I think Kansas City will win. Yeah. I've actually been very impressed with Bo Nix. He's been helping my fantasy team a lot. I started out with CJ Stroud, and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was like, it was so anemic from a quarterback standpoint. He just couldn't. He just can't. He's consistent, but he doesn't put up that many points. This week I'm playing Darnold. Anybody out there with Jamar Chase on their fantasy team? That performance was ridiculous last night. Outright insane. He put up 55 points. 55 fantasy points. It's crazy. It's a top 20 fantasy performance of all time. I think it's number 19 or 20. Cat fans got Lamar. That's a pretty good one. I got a guy in my league that stacked Henry and Lamar. And it's actually only he's actually 5-4, so it's not like he's winning the league. But I don't know with those guys. I don't know how you lose games. That is crazy. And let's finish going through the stats. I mean, Duke with a huge rebounding edge, 35-16. So they were plus 19 there on the rebounding and plus 13 on the offensive boards. Duke with 5 offensive rebounds. I mean, I'm not surprised by this total, given how poor the Duke shooting has been. The second chance points, Duke with 15, second chance points, Army with 0. So basically, they've taken the 15 offensive rebounds, we've converted them into 15 points. It's like one for every other offensive rebound we've managed to score there. And at some point, I think early in the game, we had talked about how both teams were playing it pretty clean. It was 2 turnovers for Army to only 1 turnover for Duke. At this point, at the end of the first half, it's now 7 turnovers for Army and 4 for Duke. And Duke has actually been able to capitalize on this pretty well. 9 points off the turnovers. Probably not as well as we would have liked, but anyway, that is still certainly part of why Duke has managed to kind of run out to a big lead here. How come music songs today have no guitar solos anymore? It is sort of hard to find one. Steelers in Washington is going to be a killer game. You know, Timmy, I'm very into... I did not think that the quarterback swap away from Fields to Russell was going to be a good thing. Because, Justin Fields had been doing pretty well. And I was like, well, you got a good thing going. I don't know if you want to disrupt it, and throw in Russell Wilson. But I have been proven wrong. I will admit when I am wrong, and I was wrong about that part. I think Russell Wilson has played very well for your Steelers. My brother, who's a Steelers fan, is also very impressed by this and very happy about it because all he kept saying was that, yeah, we just need like a real quarterback and like a real offense and like maybe we can like really make a push here. And I think you have it. So the Steelers are very, as long as you stay healthy, very interesting team to keep an eye on. But yes, for the Jaden Daniels Washington team, that is certainly good too. I'm still in shock the Browns beat the Ravens. Ay, ay, ay. So yes, Cooper Flagg here, shooting 55.6% from the floor, well above everybody else. It's basically the Cooper Flagg show at the moment. He's 5 of 9. He has his double-double with 13 points and 10 rebounds. I mean, how many? Is he going to end with 20 rebounds today? It'd be freaking insane. Malawach also has 10 rebounds, which is great. And then Brown has 4. That's kind of where you expect to see him on the stat sheet. Sion has 9 there. Sion James with 9. And Cooper Flagg with the 2 assists. Proctor, though, this is kind of the dud at the moment. Proctor is 0 of 3. He hasn't taken a shot probably, I would say, well over 10 minutes. He's just not being aggressive, not hunting his shot, not going to the rim. It's kind of odd for Tyrese Proctor, honestly. And he's got the goose egg at the moment. So let's look at here in the second half if we can get Tyrese Proctor kind of rolling. I would not be surprised to see a play kind of designed for him to get just to really be able to get him going. What do you think of the UNC jerseys? Are they cringe? Of course they're UNC jerseys always. We should reject UNC jerseys. All right, so 11 and 6. Second. All right, we wipe it out. We reset. I more accept Duke and NC State jerseys. I will say I don't like being regulated at the ACC network. All right. Just coming out of the halftime here. We should be at least. Oh, the Brotherhood jersey with the Gothic lettering. Not a fan, huh? Interesting. I kind of like that. I really like that one. I think the Gothic lettering is kind of cool. It's just different. Like no other school does that. Well, the black jerseys are the ones that they do. These are the funeral jerseys. They. I wonder what the first game of the season will be that they bring out the black jerseys. I wonder if it's if they'll play in the alternative kit with the black at one of the neutral site games. I kind of wonder whether it's Arizona, Kentucky, Kansas, or what? At some point it's Illinois, right? Whew. All right, start of the second half here. Ready to go. We got about 40 seconds left, I think. Bull City Devil logo. You think so, Cat fan? You think we'll bring out the black ones for Arizona? Well, one of the things for Arizona, at least, we don't need to worry about Caleb Love anymore, right? At least I hope not. I mean, he should. Somebody please confirm to me that he is gone, and that it is definitely over with Caleb Love. Anybody, please. Because we probably would have beat them if it wasn't for stupid Caleb Love last year, man. It's so silly. Whew. Man, it's been a long week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Second half. Here we go. Reminds me of Tyler Hansbrough. But like, not really though. Like some of the he has our number less consistently than Tyler Hansbrough, to be honest. As we resume play here in Cameron. An Army trying to go baseline here with Allensbach, and Malawak can't move his feet fast enough, and he picks up his first foul. Tyler lost at home twice to Duke. Yeah, I don't know if like has our number, but he certainly beat us in Cameron a lot. That's a block there. Malawak with the fingertips, but Army recovers as Scovin can't get it. The offensive board by Allensbach doesn't go either, and Malawak finally brings it down after Army had 3 cracks at it. So keep the score at 43-20. And we have Knipple taking the step back jumper after the jab step. Yes! Knipple's got 9. Make it happen. Let's go here. Another turnover here for Army as Duke will pick it back up. Knipple gets it stripped, actually. Great play there by Rucker, and Rucker will take it down, down the floor, and he will hoist from 3, and Rucker connects. It was an early 3-point shot here by Army, and trying to get the answer is Tyrese Proctor. Finally, Proctor is in the score sheet, and he's got his first 3-pointer. Rucker again from 3. Oh my goodness, swish that one. It almost looked like it went underneath the basket. But no, it's good. He's 2 for 2. Proctor calling for it here as both teams have traded 3-point shots. They're going to try to trade again. Foster for 3, no good. That ends up being short. Now Rucker running it up the floor here for Army. And Rucker trying to go left. It's the Rucker show at the moment. He's about to try to take over. Here's Curry now. As that one's trying to go to Barker. Curry has to give it back up to Scovin, and now Scovin asking for a screen there by Allensbach. No, sorry, that was Rucker, not Scovin. Rucker with 5 seconds to shoot does hoist that one up. Is Flag going to come down with a rebound? No, Army is going to come down with a rebound. That looks lazy, honestly, by Duke. And that's another offensive rebound here as Curry's going to shoot 3 again and going to miss. And Flag finally says, that's mine, and brings that one down. Honestly, our energy there on the rebounding wasn't great as we let Army go for 2 extra shots. It's the second time this half that we've let that happen, and Caleb Foster just doesn't care how many people defending him. He jump stops and splits the double team and lays it in off the glass as Foster's got 2 of them. 2 more, rather, for 7 points, 3 of 8 field goals. Curry now to Scovin, and Scovin out to Barker. Well defended here by Proctor Knipple tries to get a hand in there for the theft and can't come up with it as Curry gets denied the baseline there by Proctor. And woof, what a move there as Skobin goes back door. Malowacz tries to go flying in for the block and ends up face planting. Flag for 3, way too strong actually. There's the tip out by Malowacz right into the hands of Skobin and Army. So the tip out doesn't really work. Army definitely coming out in the second half with a lot more energy than they had towards the end of the first. Must have been an inspirational locker room speech, even though they're still down by 23. And here we go, Rucker. Rucker with the left hand. No, Malowacz does come down with a rebound, and Duke does not want to push the pace here as we're under the 16-minute mark, so the next flag will be a whistle, and actually Jon Scheiders is going to call the timeout, and it's going to be fully extended timeout as flag seems a little shaken up. Don't know what that's about. Yeah, flag was kind of flexing there towards the end. Archangel, you're saying Duke looks tired. I don't know if that was like cramps for flag, but like, how is Duke tired? Like, we just started the second half. Like, they just finished halftime. They've played 4 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Army was much faster, was quicker than Duke. That's why I said Duke looked lazy there for a second as they were like going for rebounds. They were just like watching the ball fly over their heads, not like jumping up for it. I was like, what? I was like, that doesn't make any sense. The full timeout. Actually, the full timeout is going to match up with the TV media timeout. But I guess Jon Scheyer realized that his guys did need a breather. So that's always the thing with freshmen is early in the season too, right? It's all about conditioning. You saw kind of a flag went down the other day in the main game and then kind of cramped up on the calf. That was kind of later in the second half. So it's like, you could see that. Hi, buddy. Maybe next time we stream from the couch, we can get the dog in there too. Hi. Should be coming out of the TV timeout here any second. Find it funny, like the ACC network like ends up running out of ads to run. All right. All right, here we go. Yes, Timothy. No more political ads. Now we need to get the pharmaceutical ones off the airwaves too, actually. And then once we do that, we can get the car commercials out because those are equally cringe worthy. Lord knows I don't need to see another Toyotathon or December to Remember sales event by Lexus or Mercedes car commercial, which just non-freaking stop all like Thanksgiving to Christmas. Yeah, it does look like he's cramping. He's on the bench soaking up fluids at the moment. And he is out of the game for right now. That is a flag that we're talking about, as we've got a transmission problem, it looks like, from Durham with a, at least they fit the theme with blue. What the hell? Just went to commercial? Nope, okay. Mason Gillis hits a 3 apparently in this time span that we had a bit of a blackout. I have no idea what happened there. And let's resume with 15 minutes to go. Offensive foul. Oh, actually, that third foul for Scobus. Okay, so Shire's timeout did not count as the media timeout. Yeah, somebody pulled the plug. And Flag's got the, Cooper's got the massager there, the muscle massager, as it looks like a quad or a calf. Usually when you take a timeout and you're on the media timeout, that they just double it as that. But I guess they either need to run more ads or they're running too far ahead of schedule, or I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, lame. Maybe for Flag, it's probably not too bad. He needs another. He still needs more rest. So let's slow the game down for him. Anyway, should be back shortly. Make sure I've got the stats right. 113. Oh, Caldwell. Oh, Rucker doesn't have a foul. Curry does. I accidentally gave out one too many fouls for Army. Okay. Whoopsies. 54-28, the current score here. Blue Devils on top. Cooper Flag with 13 points and 11 boards. Knippel's got 9. He seems to have finally kind of found the range. Sion James also has 9. Gillis with 6. Malawach with 7. Malawach with 12 rebounds, so Malawach could get himself a double-double as well. Oh, jeez. I'm finally getting over this cold. It's been like a week. Luckily, it's been really nothing more than a sinus kind of cold. A lot of blowing out from my nose. A lot of tissues have been destroyed over the last week. That's for sure. Feels like we've taken 2 timeouts here. Now, the game is still stopped, though. 54-28. Okay, no, it's not. We're at 57, actually, as we've somehow come 57-31? As, okay, they just like did not bring the transmission back as Proctor hits for 3. I was saying, like, yeah, that pause looked a lot longer than usual. I don't know what the deal with that was. The ESPN stuff still isn't updating. I'll have to see who ended up scoring. None of the stats are updating either. The simulation is falling apart as Knipple drives into the lane, and that's going to be over to Brown, over to Proctor, and Proctor hits it again, actually. So give Proctor 9. Step back jumper from Rucker, in and out as Malik Brown comes down with the rebound. I guess I'll have to refresh this the scoreboard at the top here. That is stuck on 54. I don't know. That was yeah, that was a quick 6 points. It was also, I think it's been a quick 9 points though, as I don't know exactly who scored the first of the 3-pointers because we were, I guess, in a blackout. Oh my goodness, what a block by Proctor! But there's the quick follow on that one by Scovins. Proctor coming around twisting. It was like he blocked it like you would block a shot in volleyball. My goodness. Proctor with the behind the back, and he's going to absorb the contact. No foul there as the ball goes out. Should be ball out on Army, and Duke will have another shot at it. Flag still on the bench, talking with the Duke trainer there, as he is cramping up. Tells John he's good to go, but still not in the game at the moment. I mean, he's only 17. It's like I'm not surprised that he is his conditioning is not exactly where it needs to be. Got an offensive foul. As Duke has opened a 20-point lead here. We finally updated the scoreboard, finally updated itself. 63-33 for the good guys. The Duke defense has actually showed up considerably better in this game than Maine. As that shot, though, by Rucker, who's putting up 17. It is the Rucker and Scovin show. And the 3-pointer is really kind of hitting for Army finally. And Gillis thought about 3, but brings it back down. And this is Darren Harris, who's now in the game for Duke. So it's Harris, Gillis, Malik Brown, and Evans, kind of the second unit playing on the floor at the moment, as Foster drives it in aggressively, and he's got 9. Good finish with the right. This is Isaiah Caldwell being guarded by Foster. Caldwell gives it up. The 3-pointer no good for Army, but Evans will have touched it, actually, and it'll stay on this end of the floor. The season starts after this game for Duke. No more easy opponents. Yeah. It's basically the tune-ups. It was interesting when the season kind of started with the with that Champions Classic game. It was only last year where we started putting games in front of that Champions Classic. I kind of like it better that way, to be honest. Jason, welcome in. Good evening to you, sir. Let's go Duke. Then boys can shoot, but we need to get tough and more physical. Man, the first half, I don't know. If you were watching the first half of the game, you'd think maybe we can't shoot. It was pretty bad. We've figured it out here in the second half, though. And actually, Proctor, I will say, has 12 points. So he went 3 for 3 in this little bit that we had a transmission problem. So yeah, Tyrese Proctor, good 3-pointer. That was 6 points. Tyrese Proctor, good again. Rucker hit one, and then Proctor came back and hit 2 of them. So basically, in the span of 1 minute, Tyrese Proctor put up 9 points with 3 3-point shots. So he finally found the range, and he's got 12. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted to see, right? Like, this is exactly what we wanted to see from Tyrese Proctor junior year, being a scoring option for Duke. So you got Knipple, you've got Flag. Proctor's got to be the one. Knipple only with 9 today, actually. He's kind of been a little tempered, interestingly enough. I mean, Flag's got 13. I don't know if Flag will come back. I assume Flag will come back in. He's still, last we checked, he was on the bench there with, he's on the bench with cramps. And my transmission problem is still messing with me. As we have 60, it's like not updating. It's like there's transmission, it's just like delayed, and then it just like jumps into the middle of the action. And then nothing updates. And we're kind of stuck in that same pattern right now. Unless I'm losing my mind, but I don't think I am, because my ESPN Gamecast is not updating. All right, we're back now. Okay, that one just took long. Okay, so we're back, finally. I don't know, they're just taking extended breaks for whatever reason. A little unfortunate we have the second game of that Champions Classic doubleheader. Jason Holloway. That's makes that 2-pointer there. Okay. 38-65. Oh, actually, Evans has it stripped. Cooper Flag is back on the floor. Lucky for us. Is the alley-oop to Army. Woo! Isaiah Caldwell goes up the ladder for it. Goodness. 65-40 after the emphatic dunk. Yes, Flag is back. He looks okay. He looks okay. I mean, we'll have to see how long he lasts. Like, does he go the rest of the game without having a recurrence of the issue? Like, sometimes once you start cramping, you don't stop cramping until you like really rest it. So hopefully that's not the issue. Reminds me of the Paolo Banchero from a couple years ago, right? Who was, I guess, in that Champions Classic game, ended up with cramps. Tate Lechkowski for 3, as Army has a quick 5 points out of the media timeout, actually, and John Shire calls for time, which leaves Duke with a single timeout. And not really liking what he sees on the defensive end here for the Blue Devils as we take yet another break. My God, this second half has just been, goes like start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Whew. Let's check in on the Kansas UNC game at the moment. It is 33-22 for Kansas, which is great news. I still can't believe that RJ Davis is actually still playing for Kansas. But Davis looks like he's got 6. KJ Adams Jr. See Mayo off the bench. Okay. So 33-22. Good guys in the Jayhawks UNC game. 65-43. Do I think we've gotten better? No, I actually don't think we've gotten better this half. As Knipple gets the 3. I think our shooting has gotten better. I don't know if our like attentiveness or attention to detail has gotten better. Like the first half was certainly much better defensively. It was atrocious on the shooting side of things. This is a much better shooting half, but a much worse defensive half. And there you had a guy just go backdoor on you, like go baseline there with Holloway, and Knipple kind of got caught. He like looks up and he's like, oh, there's a dude literally about to lay this in. Like it doesn't go, but still. And then, you know, we kind of, I think we were mentioning earlier in chat that we kind of started the second half being very lazy offensively, as Malowacz gets 2 more points and he's almost at his double-double there, 70-43. I mean, the score is sort of deceptive at this point, right? It's a 27-point game, but like, yeah, offensively, much better half. Defensively, much worse. Turnaround jump shot there by Rucker doesn't go, and the rebound down to the big boys here for Duke is Sion. Wow, what a spin move. Oh, that's going to be an and one. What a spin move. I mean, he just went downhill. That's got 11 for Sion James. He just did not stop, man. As number 32 getting the foul there. He completely spins Rucker out of the way. So we were asking, okay, who else is going to be the scorer for Duke? Well, Tyrese Proctor stepped up in the second half. Zion James stepped up in the second half. He's about to have 12 as soon as he hits this free throw, which is totally not a jinx. And it wasn't because he hits the free throw there. So that's 12. So now you've got Cooper Flag with 13, Knipple with 12, Proctor with 12, and James with 12. Some pretty balanced scoring all around, actually. We got 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Certainly no shortage in the points department, and that's a turnover there that ends up in the lap of Knipple. And now Duke kind of trying to push it up the floor. Proctor's really feeling it. Oh, doesn't quite get that one off the side of the rim. Three-pointer here for Army, no good. And the rebound to Gillis. This is looking a bit better here. After John Shire kind of called the timeout, Army had put up a quick 5 points. They haven't gotten off that quantity since John Shire called the timeout. Knipple out of control. Actually, never mind. He gets the and one there. Honestly, if somebody steps in front of him, I think that's a charge. He doesn't really have the body control here. He looks like he's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, but the problem is that Army doesn't actually try to step in front. They just try to wrap him up. I think that's going to be the 4th foul on Lakowski. I think. Let's double check. Yeah, that is the 4th foul. 1, 3... 1, 1, 3, 1, 4, 3. Yeah, okay. Two fouls for Flag. 2 for Proctor. 1 for Brown. Definitely leaving out a bunch of Duke fouls. Archangel doesn't want to go out on Black Friday. Just order everything online. It'll be totally fine. Plus, you don't actually need to do your shopping on Black Friday. You could probably do it like all week, the way that these specials are squared away. I don't know if I have to actually buy anything this season. Usually there's like a really good deal on like a computer, some peripheral or something or other. Oh, I need to buy a PS5 controller because I think I broke it when I was playing Lies of P. Yeah, yeah. I think my PS5 controller is kind of broken. It sort of has a mind of its own by effectively pressing the like left. Either if you press left on the D-pad or on the analog stick, like it just makes your character go left, and it's very annoying. Yeah. Keon, welcome back. Welcome back, sir. Great to have the whole gang here. Duke Kobe 8. Yeah, and I wasn't really sure. It definitely happened during Lies of P. Because it did not happen through my second playthrough of Final Fantasy 16. So yeah. That was fine. It definitely happened during Lies of P. Which I'm not really sure why it happened there. Because it wasn't really that hard, but anyway. Or maybe it's just dusty. Maybe if I crack it or somehow crack the controller open and then reassemble it, I might be able to make it work. But so that'll probably be my Black Friday purchase. Back into Cameron here at 753. 75-43. As Duke looking pretty good. Keon, welcome back. How have you been? Hopefully things going well. Yeah, Cooper Flag back onto the bench. No points this half. Struggling with cramping. Trying to sort that out before Tuesday. He's going back to the massage gun here. Oh my goodness. As Knipple connects from the free throw line, he's got 15. If for nothing else than sheer stamina, it seems that my prediction of Knipple going toe-to-toe with Cooper Flag's point production seems to be accurate. As now Knipple is the leading scorer for the Blue Devils. And, oh, what a block by Malik Brown from behind. Clean block as Alan Spock tried to dunk it there. Saving the basket. It is fun to be back for another year of Duke basketball. Woo! Malik Brown. Still bodybuilding and 1 year engaged. Life is fantastic currently. I am glad to hear it, man. That is really good. That is great news. 1 year engaged, but the wedding's probably got to be soon, man. I think everybody seems to be doing pretty good. By the way, if you're new here, definitely consider dropping a sub. I want to see if I can make it to 1,000 this season. That'd be cool. And not until 2026. Oh wow, that's a long engagement. But whatever works. That is I guess it's 1 more year. Proctor trying to it was cooled off after he hit 3 straight 3-pointers. Gillis with the head fake, driving now. Actually gets it blocked, but gets called. Scovins gets called for the foul. That'll be his 4th as Gillis will head to the free throw line. That is only 4 fouls on Army for this half, actually. So Duke by 33. It says you bought lower level tickets for the Duke Louisville game here. Nice. We're also going to see UK, LSU. Oh, wow. So you've already planned ahead of time for ACC season. I like where your head's at, man. I like it. I think we only play the Cardinal once this season as Gillis gets both of those. 78-43. Oh, the comeback win. But that's when they were actually still really good. That was like before they fell off a cliff. Now they're like one of the worst teams in the ACC, unfortunately. That is a great defensive stand by Knipple, actually, and this is going to be a turnover on Army. It's going to go the other way on them. Yeah. You like where your money is at to pay for those tickets? It's probably that's probably the most expensive ticket that's going to be in that stadium for men's basketball. Proctor there at the rim has got 14. Nicely done for Tyrese. So we've got our fair share of Blue Devils stepping up and being that third scorer. Obviously, Flag's still on the bench. We got to sort out the cramp issues by the time we get to Kentucky. I think actually that is like one of the only Duke games that I can't remember if I actually turned it off or like finished watching it. It was just so bad. Blake Barker gets his first points. He's got 2. Yeah, no, Proctor didn't score at all in the first half. He was 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. And he comes back in this one. He's hit 3 of them. He's hit 4 of them. Yeah, he's hit 4 of them. He's 4 and 9. So actually his like shooting percentage is going to end up looking okay. But yeah, it was a pretty brutal first half. Malawatch still the one on double-double watch. He's got 14 rebounds and 9 points. And we'll see if he can... He is in the game right now. If he can get another 2 points there. And actually, he just gets blown by, but they'll block. Or are they going to call it? They're going to give him 2. They're going to give him 2. Give Alan Spock 2 points. That's going to be 4 for him. Yeah, the defense hasn't looked... The defense has just looked slow in the second half. I mean, it was great in the first half, but the... Your stepdad thinks Knipple is not a starter. That is, woo, baby. Look, Malik Brown gets his first 2 points. That is, shall we say, fake news. Knipple is by far one of the better starters. Scovins gets that 16 for him. John represents 7 with his shots. I don't get that one. Oh, Khan. Yes. There's the Malawatch dunk. My God. Okay, that was emphatic. That is 11 points for him. Double-double, and now he can't get back in defense on time as Malik Brown hits into the front row of the Cram and Crazy section. It's a good thing there were no reporters there because that was about to be a dead laptop. What an effort there. Great dish by Foster. All right, 4:30 to go here in the second half to close down the game. 84-49, Duke knocking on that century mark. Oh, that was almost a travel, but give Alan Spock the 2 points. Great effort there. Banging bodies down low with Malik Brown. 7'2" dunk with a lot of force. I mean, he wound up for that one and just drilled it. Oh, Khan with a turnover. Actually, no, saved by James. And now Foster, and this is going to be Harris. Ooh, Darren Harris for 3. Get some points into the box score there. Put in Hubbard. I think we might see them with 2 minutes left. This will be the under 4 media timeout. That'll be a foul on 15? 14. All right. All right, so we are definitely winning this game. All right, so let's look ahead, right? We got Kentucky going on. Let's actually check in on our Jayhawk friends. What do our Jayhawk friends got going right now? Our Jayhawk friends have 43-29, actually. It is actually being played in Kansas. That is crazy. I would have never thought that North Carolina would have, like, you know, would have the wherewithal, let's put it that way, to actually go to Kansas to play a game in Fog Allen. But 43-29, Kansas on top so far. So, yeah. Way to go them. It does kind of feel like players have had their moments in this game. I mean, the first half was really the Cooper Flag show. The second half has been really a Tyrese Proctor thing. Archangel saying that UNC struggled at home with Elon. I would love nothing more than to see UNC struggle, honestly. They can keep struggling. But we have the game against Kentucky on Tuesday. We have the late game, okay, of the two, which means technically it says tip-off is at 9 Eastern. I doubt it. I don't think we tip off before 9:30 Eastern. But in any case, make your schedule, make your plans. That it's going to be a late night for those of y'all on the East Coast. It'll be pretty early for me, actually. I might be able to get stuff done ahead of time. Assuming, I could probably clear my calendar out for Tuesday. So, Tuesday we'll see you back here on the show for a big game against Kentucky. It should be a good one. Again, if anybody has ideas for the thumbnail for Tuesday to do with what? I don't know, some Wildcat-themed thing, post them in the Discord. And we'll see what the AI comes up with. Yeah. Archangel, I think it'll be even later than that. Yeah. I've seen those games go like really late. I think it all just depends on, because here's the thing. Even if the other game ends on time, which starts at 7. So if it goes 7 to 9, you need at least 20 minutes to swap, to give the teams to do the whole warm-up sequence and everything. So you can't start the game within 20 minutes of the first one. It's between 15 and 20 minutes. So that assumes that the game actually ends on time, which it probably won't. So you won't start earlier than 9:20. I doubt it. You cannot actually have animals fighting in the AI. The AI does not do animal cruelty. It screens that out, which is good for it, I guess. A little helter-skelter action here coming out of the timeout, and we have a Duke foul. A foul on Evans? We got a Duke foul on someone. Yeah, so Chris Spatola with the low-key, actually talking about the conditional foul situation. Which is definitely, I definitely understand exactly what he's talking about. Where the ref watches whether or not the ball goes in and then decides to make a foul call or not. It is totally a thing. Oh yeah, Keon, you're in enemy territory come Tuesday. That's true. Isaiah Evans is gonna get 2 points there, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 more for his troubles. For 1 more rather for his troubles as he gets fouled. And looks like we had somebody check in for Army that we didn't originally have there. Oh my goodness. Got a lot of people checking in for Army. Everybody. Army just cleared the bench, folks. All right, that's too much. Army has cleared the bench as Evans gets another one. Duke with 90. All the walk-ons are on for, I don't even know if they're walk-ons or not, but everybody seems to be in for Army at the moment. As we go here, good defense here by Duke. 5 seconds on the shot clock. This is Gillis here, puts the hand up, and we got the rebound by Brown. That's probably double-figure rebounds for Brown. Yes, no, he's got 7. I thought he had way more than that. Foster for 2. 92 as Caleb Foster puts himself into double figures. That goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Blue Devils once again in double figures. Again, we'll see exactly, who's going to be the Blue Devil to step it up in that Kentucky game. It'll be super telling. Great early season test for our guys. And there you go. There's Spencer Hubbard into the game. We have him on the score sheet for situations just like this. We probably will not see him on Tuesday. Actually, if we see Spencer Hubbard on Tuesday, that means things have gone really well. Be great to see Spencer Hubbard on Tuesday. Two minutes and 30 seconds left as Duke has basically what is amounting to a 40-point lead, and that one goes in. 118.84. What is 118.84? Hubbard, no, driving in. Yes, actually, Hubbard with the kick out here to the outside. No, that is no good. We have Borden in as well. We have a team, but we aren't that physical. Jason, remains to be seen. I think Kentucky really is the test. I do really wonder, is like, oh, you told a UK fan that their blood pressure is likely 118/84. The last time from the Zion game. Yeah, that was crazy. I think it remains to be seen how Cooper Flagg is going to do up against much bigger and more physical players. I don't know. Like, he is kind of this, like, tall, lanky kind of build, right? He's just, I mean, he's not giant, like, huge, like, developed yet. Evans for three. Yes! Swish it! Another shot by Isaiah Evans that drops. 90 ticks left in this game. Army trying to make something happen. Nice shot fake there. They take a dribble inside the three-point arc. Two-pointer no good, but the offensive rebound to Army. And now the three-pointer. And the three-pointer does hit from the outside. Hubbard is so fast. If we come big against a big vet like last year with NC State's big. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The guy from NC State is burns like freaking crazy. It's so silly. Three from Hubbard! Yes! Squaring up at the top of the key and drilling it. Timeout Army. Look at that. Spencer Hubbard keys off a Duke run and causes Army to call a timeout. The people fear him. Other teams fear him. 50 ticks left in the game. Let's see if he gets another opportunity at it. Send us to 100. It's a quick shot by Army. The chance at 100 here. We're gonna have to shoot it. You got 10-second game clock, shot clock differential. You can't hold the ball. Hubbard, gets the man off of him. Swings it to the outside. Here's Sheffield. That three-pointer is no good. Rebound's going to go down to Army. There will be no 100 mark here for Duke, except, wait for it, Harris, off the back of the rim. On the theft. There's your 100. 158. 42-point lead, and that is going to do it. Very good. All right. We're right on time, actually. Right at 5 o'clock. There's your, right at 8 o'clock. Excellent. Very good. Should play Harris more. I mean, Harris coming off the bench. Isaiah Evans actually coming off the bench might be kind of a sleeper as we go later into the season. He can definitely hit the three-pointer. So one of the top recruits in the state of North Carolina, actually. So I don't know why he's kind of not in that first platoon off the bench, so to speak. But anyway, we got the 100. I left some points off for somebody. Why? 136, 14. Knipple got 15. Brown 5, 11. Hubbard not being added properly. Oh, it wasn't adding Spencer Hubbard. There you go. Now, there's our 100. Nice. Yeah, Duke has 100. Very good. Okay. Fantastic game here tonight. We did it, everybody. Let's see. There's the final tally. Who are we giving? Who's people giving player of the game to? I mean, you got a double by Flag. You got a Tyrese Proctor with 14 points. You got 15 for Khan. Maluach got a double, 11 points and 14 rebounds. Huge game here from Maluach. 12 points for Sion. Flag cramping is just gonna have to be a product of more game time, honestly. There's flag for player of the game. Maluach could be argued as well. Yeah, it could probably go either way on that, honestly. Team stats, let's see. The shooting, okay, Duke, we recovered on the shooting, honestly. It was abysmal. Remember we checked this in the first half, it was like 28%. It was so bad. 49 here, and also recovered on the three-point shooting, 17-38 for 44%. The free throw shooting is atrocious at 13 of 18 here at 72, although out-rebounded by 18. So we gotta, yeah, our rebounding has actually been really good, which is great. This is a team MVP kind of night. I agree. I mean, you got 6 players in double figures, everyone contributing. Yeah, we need to. I really hope we don't go the same way as like remember last year's team where we had those like 4 to 5 minute segments where it just felt like we'd stop playing basketball, and then like all of a sudden they sort of like wake up and then they're like, oh yeah, we can like totally do this again. And like we were getting down in games, and then they just like kind of come storming back, and then you end up like games that we lost that we really shouldn't have. Like was it the one at Georgia Tech or whatever? There was another one in there. Last game, it wasn't great free throw wise either. Yeah. I know Jared McCain to just kind of step to the line and knock down free throws without even thinking about it. Turnovers, not too bad. Only 8 turnovers. Anything below 10 is probably pretty good. Definitely capitalize on some of their turnovers. But in any case, all right. So I think that's going to be it. Well, look, everybody, I hope you all have a great weekend. Since this is the start of the weekend, we get to, kind of usher in the weekend here together. Happy Veterans Day to all those for the folks on Monday. And we'll see you back here on the channel on Tuesday, probably around, let's call it like, yeah, a little after 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's probably going to be closer to like 6:15 or something, or like 9:15 or something like that. So in any case, that's going to be it for me. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe, everybody. And as always, go Duke. Good night.